President Trump is on his way to the UK for what's been described as a working visit.
Tonight he'll be meeting UK business leaders at a dinner hosted by the Prime Minister. Ben's been looking at what's at stake.
They call it the special relationship, and for businesses on both sides of the Atlantic, that's meant sales, profits and jobs.
But is it still important today? Well, I'm off to meet some British firms that do business with America, and I'm doing it in all-American style.
The UK sells £100 billion worth of goods and services to America every year. Goods like machinery and pharmaceuticals, and services like banking and insurance. It is a lucrative market, and one that's growing quickly. Over the last 5 years, our exports to America have jumped by more than a quarter. And that's been good news for this firm. It makes foldable bikes and is selling more than ever in America.
3 years ago, we realised that there are 400 million people in America with very strong cultural ties, with the same challenges that we have in the UK. That's a massive opportunity for us. So we took a strategic decision to invest. And we're learning. It's not easy, but the opportunity is tremendous.
But not everyone is happy. America buys much more from the UK than it sells back to us, just £66 billion worth. President Trump says that's bad for American jobs, so he's imposed extra tariffs on a lot of things that America imports, like steel and aluminium. But that's having an impact on British firms.
I was speaking to an owner of a fairly small steel company in the West Midlands, and he was telling me that he has been exporting his steel to a customer in the US for the last 30 years. That relationship is now damaged by those import costs increasing by 25%.
The EU is fighting back. It's responded with its own tariffs on American imports. So what signals will British business bosses want to send to President Trump when he sits down to dinner with them tonight?
I think the most important thing that everyone's focused on is trying to avoid a further escalation in the trade war that's sort of burgeoning between the US and the EU. The second is looking at Brexit to make sure that it's not something that damages US companies who are based here, but also this discussion about how they can deepen their trade links through a trade agreement, but also in the short term how they can get some of those short-term trade wins.
At the moment, Europe is Britain's biggest trading partner, not America. But could that change after Brexit? President Trump says he's keen to do a quick trade deal with the UK once we've left the EU. But there's still a lot of uncertainty over Brexit and President Trump's plans. But with jobs, investment and economic growth all at stake, finding the right way for business won't be easy.